So I want to tell you how to write a thesis. So basically there are total 10 parts of thesis. First is abstract. Then there is introduction. Then there will be aim and your objectives. Fourth will be your review of literature. Fifth will be the materials you used and the methodology. Then there will be results, discussion, summary, which will also include the conclusion of your thesis. And the last one is bibliography. Alright, so there are total 9 parts. Now from this, first you have to start with introduction. So why not abstract and introduction? Because in abstract it's like in in short you're explaining your whole thesis. It's like a short of your thesis. So you should probably write this after you complete the thesis, after you complete your summary and all that. So like you will get the perfect idea like what was your result, what you got the result, and everything you should include. And it should be around 120 to 180 words probably, or 200 words if you want to write it, not more than that. Alright, so first you have to write the introduction. Then you should write what are your aims and objectives. Then start with the review of literature. Now review of literature should be like a proper in-depth about like what you understood by it, and it should be in a flow and not just random parts you have just copy pasted. You should write review of literature in your own words, not just review of literature but everything in your own words, so that you like it's important to write so you won't get any plagiarism at the end. Then you have to start with the materials and methodology. Here you have to write first in depth like which chemicals you used and why you used it, and anything else like you used. Like for me, I'm from microbiology background, so I used different medias or the chemicals or the salines and why did we use that, which micro organism which we used and why did we use it. So in detail you have to write it about the materials, and in methodology part you have to write in detail what process you performed, like what procedure you performed. It should be in depth and it should be point wise, so like it's not boring to read it. It should never be in a paragraph. You should definitely write it in a points. Then the most important part is the results. Results should include all your pictures of the results. Along with there should be, every picture should include, if this is the picture here, you should write it figure 1, figure 2, whatever you are going, and write the title of that figure. Alright, so the title of the figure is very very important, and along with that you have to like if you're in thesis, not in result, but if you're putting any picture in your thesis, then you should write the source. After the title you should write it should include the citation, the source from where you took the picture. So if in results you're going to click your own picture, so there is no need to add any citation. Then After the picture, you have to write description, write in short, like what you understood by that, like what is the result about, what's like, what it does it indicate. Okay, and a tiny bit of description about it. And from the start, you have to write like a picture of, like, we isolated the microorganism, so there will be isolation of, like, E. coli. And how did we do that? A short procedure which you performed, and then a picture, and what you indicated, like we saw, like there is growth observed or any turbidity is observed. So that's what you have to write in short, like what the picture indicates and what can you observe about it, like what did you observe from that result. Okay, so that's what results include. Then start with the discussion. Discussion basically tells you, like, from the start, like results are like you got this, but in detail part, why did you get this? Compare the results from like different procedures. If you did like three procedures, so now compare it, like which method is better in performing and why, or what difference did you get, or what is it different from the already done research. So like you should add a little bit part of some research paper. You have to write about it and cite it, because it gives more, like, what was the result before and what we found out new. So you should include in discussion the other papers also and discuss a little bit about them also. Now about the summary, it should include the, in short, what is summary and what did you conclude in conclusion, what results did you get, like what, how will you conclude that, how is it helpful for the future, and like what important did you do. And then you have to write in like a future perspective, like what it's gonna be important in future, like how, what are you gonna do in future. Then there is bibliography, or we can write reference, which basically means all your research papers which you have cited before. You have to make a list of that and make a reference list. And after that, you have to write the abstract, which is just like a short, what did you do and why did you do. So that's it. That's how you write a thesis. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I can also post it my thesis, a soft copy of my thesis, so you can definitely go through it and thank me later. Bye bye.